For centuries, humanity has been drawn to symbols. Long before written language, symbols were how people explained the universe, expressed fear, hope, power, and belief. Even today, symbols surround us on buildings, flags, money, logos, movies, and screens we stare at for hours every day. Among all symbols, some have gained a reputation so mysterious and unsettling that merely seeing them triggers suspicion. An eye staring back at us, a pyramid rising upward, a hand gesture frozen in a photograph. Many believe these are not random designs, but coded messages left behind by a hidden elite. The idea is disturbing. What if the world we see is only the surface, and beneath it lies a system silently guiding everything we think, buy, and believe? The symbol most often linked to this fear is the watching eye. Across ancient civilizations, the eye represented awareness, protection, and higher consciousness. In Egypt, it symbolized healing and balance. In spiritual traditions, it stood for truth and enlightenment. But over time, as societies grew more complex and power became centralized, the meaning shifted. The same eye that once meant divine protection began to feel like surveillance. When people noticed it appearing in official places, art, architecture, currency, the imagination took over. The idea that someone might always be watching tapped into a deep psychological fear of being controlled without realizing it. The pyramid carries a similar emotional weight. Ancient builders saw it as a bridge between earth and sky, a symbol of endurance and order. Its wide base supported the structure above, reflecting balance and stability. In modern times, the same shape is interpreted differently. People see a social hierarchy where the many support the few. When the pyramid is shown unfinished, it sparks even more suspicion. Some believe it means the system is still under construction, that power structures are evolving in secret. Yet historically, unfinished designs symbolize progress and continuity, not domination. Still, once a symbol becomes associated with power, it's difficult to separate fact from fear. Celebrities play a major role in keeping these interpretations alive. When a famous figure covers one eye or forms a triangle with their hands, millions notice. Repetition creates meaning. Over time, what may have started as an artistic pose turns into alleged proof of secret loyalty. Fashion photography often emphasizes asymmetry and mystery, and performers use dramatic gestures to stand out. But when audiences already expect hidden messages, every gesture becomes evidence. The human mind is wired to search for patterns, especially when something feels out of our control. Some symbols trigger fear more strongly than others because they challenge moral boundaries. Figures like Baphomet have been transformed into icons of evil through misunderstanding. Originally designed as a symbolic representation of balance, this image combined opposing forces to show harmony rather than darkness. But when fear replaces context, meaning collapses. The image becomes a threat instead of a concept. Over time, repetition in media reinforces the distorted interpretation until it feels like truth. The same thing happened with the pentagram. For centuries, it symbolized health, protection, and the natural elements. It appeared in sacred geometry and ancient teachings. Only later did its meaning shift in popular culture. Once associated with negativity, every appearance seemed suspicious. The symbol itself never changed. Only the story attached to it did. This pattern repeats again and again. A symbol gains power, fear rewrites its meaning, and imagination fills the gaps. Numbers also play a powerful role in these beliefs. Certain numbers are said to appear repeatedly as secret codes, but numbers naturally repeat due to calendars, measurements, design symmetry, and tradition. When people expect meaning, they notice repetition more intensely. This psychological tendency turns coincidence into confirmation. The mind doesn't like randomness, it prefers stories. Modern media amplifies all of this. Music videos, films, advertisements, and social platforms thrive on attention. Symbols create mystery. Mystery creates conversation, and conversation creates profit. Shock value keeps people watching. The more controversial the symbol, the more powerful it becomes as a marketing tool. Fear spreads faster than explanations, and once an idea takes root, it grows on its own. Historically, a group commonly associated with these ideas did exist for a short time centuries ago. It was political, philosophical, and quickly dismantled. There is no verified evidence that it evolved into a global force controlling governments, celebrities, and economies. What does exist is a world filled with inequality, uncertainty, and rapid change. In such conditions, people look for hidden hands behind visible problems. Belief in secret controllers offers comfort. It gives chaos a shape. It suggests someone is in charge, even if that someone is feared. Accepting randomness and complexity is harder than believing in a hidden system. Symbols become anchors for these beliefs because they are visual, ancient, and emotionally charged. Over time, fear reshapes perception. Symbols once meant to inspire reflection now trigger suspicion. Art becomes evidence, coincidence becomes confirmation, and curiosity slowly turns into certainty. The real danger is not in the symbols themselves, but in abandoning critical thinking in favor of easy explanations. The truth is uncomfortable. Power is often visible, messy, and human. There is no single hidden code controlling everything, but the idea of one persists because it feels safer than accepting uncertainty. Understanding this doesn't remove mystery from the world, it simply places responsibility back in our hands. Before assuming every sign hides a secret agenda, it's worth asking whether the real influence lies not in ancient symbols, but in how easily fear can guide belief. If this perspective made you question what you thought you knew, stay connected. Share this with others who love decoding reality and keep questioning, because awareness, not fear, is where real power begins.